One of Dr. Dread's favorite tricks is to have his haunted clown drop a fake body down on his victims. Just take a look at this young girl's face as she falls victim to the doctor's terror.
Okay, you get the basic idea. Now let's move on to something else. I just mentioned clowns before. We had a clown up in a tree. Let's watch what happens when this clown jumps out of his jerk-in-the-box and scares these girls. See, a good clown always works. People hate clowns, they're scared to death of them, and a good clown mask, like the one that was hanging around here, a good clown mask works every time. Give them a plastic knife, a hatchet, anything like that, and it only adds to the menacing atmosphere that an evil clown produces. Guaranteed, it's a killer every time. Speaking of killers, how about this? When was the last time you saw a real shrunken head? All right, back to Boston. Here we go!
Thank you, Doctor. Now, let's talk about what really scares people. Two very simple words: unpredictability and irregularity. You see, people are used to certain norms of behavior, and when these patterns are broken, people become alarmed. Isn't that convenient? So, throw in a dash of instability, and voila! Instant insane asylum. Let's take a look at a couple of my asylum's inhabitants, shall we?
Don't you want to play with me? My mommy never lets me play with anybody anymore. She locked me up in this room, and I can't get out, and I'm not crazy. Just get him out of me, please.
Please, just untie me. Untie me. You can untie me. Don't worry. Trust me. Trust me. I'm not crazy. That was worse than the registry of motor vehicles. But let's talk about what is crucial for these type of scenes. Energetic actors. Be loud. Wave your arms. Jump about. Or if your actors are like mine, just tell them, be yourselves.
Dr. Dread, the ball is in your court.
Come a little closer. I want to say one word that people love. Blood. That's right, blood. The more blood, the better. There is no such thing as too much blood. Head decapitations, arm severs, anything. In fact, hearts. These props are great. Any kind of hearts, heads, arms, anything. Put a little chocolate syrup on them, a little strawberry syrup so they get nice and shiny, glistening. And you can walk around like a mad doctor in a lab coat, drenched with blood. People love it. They're disgusted by it, but they can't tear themselves away. Let's take a look at Mad Jeffrey.
Scrumptious fingers. Quite appetizing, if I do say so. If you're more of a person for like the pizza type. You eye Joey's. Some finger snaps.
See that? You can never have too much blood. Now, let's talk about another kind of scare. We'll use this guy, for instance, the Scarecrow. Something that worked very effectively for me in the past is you can have a number of scarecrows lying around. Now, they can either be propped up in a field that the people are riding by, or they can, in this case, I had a number of scarecrows actually hanging up on a fence. It was a piece of fence, and they were hanging up. We had clothes, They were stuffed with straw, and we had one live guy that was wearing this mask and was dressed just like the other ones. He had straw all in his ripped jeans and ripped shirt, and as the people went by, jumped right out at him. It made for a great scare. Now, in order to get the maximum coverage for your event, don't be afraid to contact the local TV and radio stations. If you think it doesn't work, just look at some of the results I've gotten in the past. CBS Local News, New York City. CBS Network News with Connie Chung. CNN Network. Let's take a look at some of this footage. If I can do it, you can do it. Let's take a look.
Finally tonight, Halloween is just 4 days away. It's time to deck the house with all those ghoulish things that give people the creeps. Bill Geist went trick-or-treating and stumbled on some eye-popping decorating ideas.
Ever since the Druids began celebrating Halloween 2,000 years ago with strange and frankly gross rituals, Halloween has always been a bizarre holiday. But you can't expect balloons and party hats for the celebration of the coming of a season of cold, darkness, and decay. And it's only getting bigger. Now our second biggest commercial holiday and more bizarre.
Tombstone there. All right, we have that, and if we don't, we'll just make one.
Thanks to the likes of Richard Hamp of Hamburg, New Jersey, a seemingly normal suburban homeowner until he opens his garage door in October.
Right about in there, and then
We'll be able to hide that mechanism?
Yeah.
His friends and neighbors join in creating this Halloween spectacular, except the ones next door who, for some reason, have moved. A century ago, these guys might have been inventing the automobile.
I put a couple cross braces in there just so.
Yesterday, final preparations were being made for opening night.
I don't know the meaning of the word moderation.
This week, Richard Hamp's house will draw bigger crowds than many Broadway shows.
As we started out with just a couple of small routines, as time went on, they became more and more bloodthirsty. They wanted better skits, more skits. We're happy to accommodate.
He plans for months, and he spends thousands of dollars.
I get to exercise my creativity all year long.
But he doesn't have to buy candy anymore for trick-or-treaters. No kid has ever dared come through all this to Hamp's front door. In these tumultuous times, there is understandable concern about the erosion of values and traditions. Not so with Halloween, which remains in the firm, capable hands of preservationists like Richard Hamp.
Every year, thousands of tri-staters decorate their homes for Halloween, like this house. And then there's the Hamp house.
That's awesome.
This is the Hamp house in normally bucolic, but tonight horrific, Hamburg, New Jersey, where tonight, just as we found last night, Rich Hamp will be more than happy to scare the devil out of him. There's Rich now.
It started as a birthday party about 14 years ago. The party's for me. Today is my birthday. Some friends were coming over to celebrate, and to add to the party atmosphere, I cut out some cardboard tombstones and made a coffin out of a refrigerator box, and it's just taken off from there.
And the rest is a disgusting, blood-curdling history.
I hope so.
And Hamp doesn't just rest on his laurels. All kinds of new stuff this year, including...
We have a graveyard ghoul struggling to get out of the grave from behind the tombstone. In addition, we have Beetlejuice. Also, there's a 6-person burial crypt.
Some of these figures are really amazing that Rich made. It's really something.
That's right. Hamp actually has friends and neighbors who want to be part of the show. Even some young neighbors we met before darkness fell.
Stephen and Jason, you two are brothers. I thought so. You looked a lot alike. No offense. What's going to happen tonight?
Getting my head chopped off.
Is it something you've always wanted to have happen?
Yeah.
Dinner's ready.
Folks come from all around for Hamp's House of Horrors, even though some of the show would probably get an NC-17 on film, even on videotape, which we will spare you most of. You get the idea. Now, you spent some money on this.
Oh, yeah.
Between $3,000 and $5,000 a year.
Why do you do this?
It needs to be done. One, two, three.
Oh my gosh, Jason got a shave and a haircut. Just kidding.
Jason, that was really scary stuff. What are you going to do now?
Have my dinner.
I think I'll wait a while. Maury Alter, Channel 2 News.
You know how some people decorate their house every Christmas? Well, Richard Hanf decorates his house every Halloween.
Dead since last Halloween. Feels good to get out.
And he gets the whole neighborhood out to watch the show he and his friends put on most nights leading up to Halloween. Slime Man wiped the smile off this girl's face. Though sometimes even a skull isn't half as scary as, say, this mother's eyes. Every year, Richard Hanf turns his front yard into a graveyard. Richard spends a couple $1,000s every year buying monsters and monstrosities. Half a human here, half a rat there. Richard has clearly lost his head over Halloween.
15 years now. This is my 15th anniversary of doing this.
No wonder such a ham happens to live in Hamburg, New Jersey. Richard's birthday falls on October 30th, so he tends to think of Halloween as his own personal holiday.
Happy Halloween, Ricardo. Happy Halloween.
When he's not dressing up as a phantom, Richard is a satellite technician, and he's into technical tricks.
Outlines and simple steps and simple words. What a master must do to call the dead back from the grave.
Much of what he does is corny, but irresistible, be it Slime Man or the old chop off the hand